Hi, I'm Darlie Newman, volunteering not too far from Chicago, Illinois at Medewin National Tallgrass Prairie.
I'm taking a volunteer vacation to restore one of the nation's rare ecosystems, which happens to be located off Route 66. We'll explore this special land with a passionate ecologist, learn about Medewin's interesting history on foot and on horseback, and travel to the top diners and historic sites along All-American Route 66. This is an Illinois road trip you won't forget.
Welcome to Travels with Darlie.
Route 66, also called the Mother Road, is one of the most famous highways in America. Dating back to 1926, it originally stretched from Chicago, Illinois to Santa Monica, California, connecting big cities and small rural locations. In Illinois, we're exploring a portion of old Route 66 with some surprising historic and modern attractions. Taking the time to volunteer along the road, recreate, eat, drink, learn, and drive a very cool car along Illinois' Route 66. Debbie Jo Erickson, an expert on Route 66 history, is taking me on a ride to some of her favorite spots. We'll be traveling in a vehicle that will truly make us feel like we've stepped back in time, a 1960s Starfire convertible. After Debbie Jo tests out her driving skills at the Chicagoland Speedway in Joliet, we start our adventure.
So Route 66 in Illinois runs from the Lake of Chicago, Michigan Lake, down through Joliet and through Bloomington, down into Springfield, and then on to East St. Louis.
Now before you ask, you can pronounce it either route or route, depending on your preference.
Route 66 spans 8 states, 3 different time zones, and you'll go from the tallgrass prairies of like Medewin all the way out to the tumbleweeds and the red rock, all the way out into California.
So it's really diverse.
It is, extremely.
So cool to be driving it in this car, Debbie Jo.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Can you put yourself back in the 1950s and 1960s, back on the road, just cruising down the road with, no cares and relaxing?
You can see a portion of the original Route 66 road in the town of Elwood, near Medewin National Tallgrass Prairie, which we'll be visiting later in our trip.
Right up here on our right, Darlie, is the launching pad, and the Gemini Giant, you'll see one of the infamous fiberglass giants that was manufactured to actually look like a spaceman and produced in like 1960 when, of course, the astronauts were, taking off from Cape Canaveral and the NASA inflection of the United States. So he is probably one of the most famous photographed giants that stretch across the United States.
Very Route 66.
It is very kitschy.
In addition to the Gemini Giant, Wilmington, Illinois has other Route 66 attractions.
So in the little tire shop here on our right, you'll see an old dinosaur, the green dinosaur Sinclair. There used to be an old gas station there on 66.
Just makes me want to say, get your kicks on Route 66.
We pass by Water Street, known for its antique shops.
So cute.
It's a darling little town. It really has. They've embraced their Route 66 heritage quite well.
And by Nellie's Diner.
Little diner here. I've heard you can get in there and sign on the wall. Up here we're going to stop at the Polka Dot and take that in. It's an old drive-in. It's established right around 1956, I believe.
Well, it's neat that all of this stuff has been so well preserved here along Route 66.
Just some fun things to do. It kind of really takes you back in time. Kind of back, almost, wear a poodle skirt and have a little sock hop.
The Polka Dot Drive-In is located in the town of Braidwood.
Wow, you really don't see that many drive-ins nowadays.
Oh, isn't it great? It's a fun little place, and the food's good.
James Dean, Marilyn Monroe, and Betty Boop are all there to greet us, as are the Blues Brothers, Joliet Jake and Elwood, and a 9-foot-tall Elvis. But the best part of visiting this 1950s retro diner are the hamburgers.
Let's do the Polka Dot.
Oh, let's go. Get something to eat.
The Illinois section of historic Route 66 stretched for 301 miles. To check out the best preserved spots today, map out your route prior to departure. The Polka Dot is one dining stop that does not disappoint. I'm definitely getting a feel for why people from around the world still seek to drive what became known as the Main Street of America.